All right, welcome back to Bants Bros. So the big news that just happened in the last hour: Brian Kelly is now is being fired from LSU, no longer
Finally.
the coach at uh, down in Baton Rouge. What do you think
Finally.
about that?
He should never have been hired. Or should have been fired a long time ago at
I
least.
think once they had his first the first day he when was hired by LSU and they had that media day
Yeah, he's
and he was doing the circular camera on the.
yeah, that was cringe.
And when he did his first press conference with LSU, and was trying to speak in a southern accent, he sounded like he was on the episode of The Office where
Oh,
they're doing that role play. I think
I do
after,
declare.
yeah, that's what he sounded like on his first press conference at LSU. I think once he, I think once that happened, they should have realized they made a mistake.
Well, they should have fired him when he didn't ever contact that one guy that got had brain cancer,
Yeah,
ended up being paralyzed, and he didn't even reach out to him. Like that's
yeah.
crazy. That's actually insane.
I think the entire time at LSU was a mess for Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
I see personally for me, I actually think he's a good coach. I
yeah. I mean,
I think But I was saying in our group chat, I think college sports are extremely regional, and have the
yeah,
right you have to have the right personality for the culture of the region that you're coaching in.
yeah. I
So
think
if you're a northern guy, like Brian Kelly was at Cincinnati and Notre Dame, and then
yeah,
I think he's at one of the Michigan schools before, like Central Michigan or something, before he went to Cincinnati, and then Notre Dame, and then goes to LSU. It's like he's been in the North his whole life. He's from the North, and then he tries to go coach in the South. He's just not gonna You're not gonna
yeah.
fit in.
I agree. I agree with that. I definitely think college football is more like the coach has to fit
The
like
culture.
fit their culture more than it does in like other sports.
Yeah, pro sports I don't think it's as much because pro sports it's you're drafting players from all over the country.
Yeah,
I mean, in college sports you are recruiting
but
players all over the country to extent, but you're still to a degree recruiting regionally,
I'd say
and you are
majority of players are from their
from the region.
yeah
And there's you get a lot of in-state guys, and then even this having the support of the student body is also important. And
yeah
so you have to be able to fit the culture of the student body as well, which you don't have to
yeah.
worry about when you're in pro sports. And Brian Kelly did
Um,
not do any of that for LSU.
I guess we have been gone for 2 weeks, so we haven't talked about James Franklin yet either. He was fired last week.
Yeah,
Um, I don't
I think
know
that's the
about
job that Brian Kelly should take is James
that.
Franklin.
I could see it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I feel like that fit better, but I still just don't like Brian Kelly. So
How about I think I like Brian Kelly because I mean when I was in I don't know sixth grade, the Cincinnati teams that he coached were fun when I was in late elementary school, and then middle school, the Notre Dame years with that Monte Teo team that went to the championship game
yeah,
was one of my favorite teams of
I like that
like
team too. They
middle
had
school seasons.
um
So he's had good he's had
I
good team.
just don't like him as a person, but I do think he's a good coach.
I always like I just always liked Notre Dame in general, so I was a Brian Kelly supporter when he was
I'm
there.
always pro Notre Dame until it's like put until they have to put them in the playoffs because they don't play anyone.
I mean, I'm not a huge blue blood college football person. I don't like cheering for a lot of the blue bloods, but if I had to choose one, it would be Notre Dame.
You know?
Just 'cause that's college when I was young, like the Brady Quinn days and Jeff Samardzija and all those guys,
hmm
and then they went to the Kyle Rudolph days and the Michael Floyd
Don't forget
and
Harrison Smith too.
Harrison Smith and Golden Tate. Like they had fun players throughout
I always my
school,
favorite one of my
elementary
favorite
school.
college players ever for some reason was Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
He's
know
a Kelly guy.
I don't know why
Jimmy Clausen.
I don't know why I always liked him so much, but he was like my favorite quarterback when he was in college.
He was good. He was good at
Yeah,
Notre Dame. So
him and him and uh I don't know is Boykin Trayon
Javon Boykin
Javon Boykin, yeah, Javon Boykin. I always liked him too.
at TCU. He was awesome at TCU.
It's
Going.
I think Trevon Boykin was like that was like my that was like my favorite player when he was in college, and then like
Like
I
your
always liked
first
that kind of
player.
quarterback when I was a kid though.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Notre Dame team with like when Brady Quinn was there, was like I think when I first started following college sports or like having knowledge of it, that was just the first team I liked.
Hmm.
So that's kind of always, I feel like everyone has that. You have that team that you like when you're a kid, and then you kind of just maybe don't stay as big of a fan of them for your whole life, but you always have like you have some
Yeah,
spot for them to cheer for them.
I mean, I would say for college football, I don't know if I really, because in college football, I actually just kind of bounced from player to player. I didn't ever like a lot of times you have one player that you need to kind of stick with that team.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair for college
That was
sports.
like in college basketball though. It was partial. Just wanted to be against you guys, but also partially I just like Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah,
So I've stuck with UNC since then.
I mean to be fair, like when Tyler Hansbrough was there, I mean I always liked I've liked Duke pretty much my whole life because I liked JJ Redick was like the first player that I
Yeah.
was aware of when I started following college, like knowing college basketball. But like, I feel like I wasn't old enough to really understand rivalries, and you have to choose a side strongly. Like I still liked those
I
Tyler
wish my other
Hansborough,
brother knew that.
like the Tyler Hansborough and Ty Lawson and Wayne Ellington team. I feel like everyone had to like that team, even though
And
they
unfortunately,
were
there's unfortunately in you're a fan of a team, at some point your biggest rival will have a team that you like.
correct.
Especially in the UNC and Duke
No
rivalry
players,
because a lot of times they have like the
the
best
best player
teams
in
or
the
the best
country,
players.
yeah, the best player in the country. In
Like
some, yeah,
how was I supposed to cheer against Cam
Zion,
Reddish, Zion,
Trey Jones,
and RJ and Trey
and
Jones? Like
Trey.
how do you cheer against that?
Yeah,
Now
they're
personally, I I I don't say I cheered for them, but like I was a little disappointed when they lost to Michigan State that year. 'Cause I also don't like Michigan State.
Matt McQuaid. That's my least favorite player in college basketball history. Brandon Ebnett loves him. He is he actually is what people think guys like Grayson Allen are.
Dude,
Or like
don't say his name. Don't say that name.
that's
See,
what Matt McQuaid is.
and then there's like,
Matt McQuaid is actually that guy. He was the worst person ever.
but
He's what people think Brad Davison was for Wisconsin. Or
oh,
yeah, like
mm,
Grayson Allen is
no. Grayson Allen actually is the worst, but um, the weird thing is in the NBA, a lot of my favorite players are Duke players. Like
oh yeah.
besides Timberwolves players, my two of my three favorite players are probably Paolo and Tatum. Like if
See,
besides Timberwolves players, my three favorite players are probably Tatum, Cade, and Paolo. For
UNC
like
doesn't
two
really
of
have
those
that.
Duke guys.
UNC doesn't really have that.
No, because a lot of
There's
their teams
there's
are
college
most
guys.
they're more like seniors and juniors on their teams, and
I feel
then
like
maybe their
I
best
mean
player will go to the G League or something.
when we were younger, it was the opposite. It was like UNC was the school that was actually making NBA guys from like our really
Yeah.
young days, like Raymond Felton and Rashad McCants and like those teams, and then going to the Tyler Hanesborough, Wayne Ellington, Ty Lawson days.
Hmm.
Like UNC actually had NBA guys, and then Duke
Yeah.
had guys like Greg Paulus and Kyle Singler and John Shire who weren't really anything in the NBA, and then that kind of switched.
I feel
UNC
like
the college team, and Duke became the NBA team.
I feel like for
I
most of
think
the time that I can remember, like I remembered
Kyrie flipped it. I think
those days, but I feel like once I started becoming more aware, that's when they
you
kind
guys,
of
yeah, because yeah, well, I think Kyrie's the one that flipped it, and Kyrie was 2011 was Kyrie's year,
yeah.
so I was like right around when you probably started having more
Well, when
knowledge.
did Roy Williams start coaching? It was like
2000 like well he was at Kansas
yeah.
before UNC. I don't know, like 2000 I want to say mid 2000s 2006 or something.
Look it up.
UNC Roy Williams UNC. Uh,
Uh, trying to see. 2003.
2003. Okay, that's close. Yeah, because he was at Kansas before that.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely looking forward to. Well, I'm like half looking forward to that season because UNC's team is. I think we're returning like one player that actually played, and it's Seth Trimble.
Yeah.
I
Well, Elliot
mean,
could
we
do
actually
once
had
the.
we had some good recruits, but
I was looking the other day. Elliot could do once Michigan, I think it was.
hmm?
Michigan didn't. I guess I mean we were talking about NFL, but our college football. But I guess we can talk about college basketball for a little bit. I was looking at the rosters the other day for the Big Ten. I think it was yesterday actually. I was looking at what teams are going to look like this year, and Michigan's going to be tough. Elliot could do transferred there.
Dude, don't say they're gonna be tough and start with Elia Cadeau because oh my gosh, that
It was
guy
better
was
at Michigan. It was better at Michigan than he was at UNC even.
dude. I've never seen. I mean, I'm sure he will be really good, but I've never seen someone turn the ball over so much in my life.
Oh yeah, he could. He'll go down and hit a three in the next three possessions. He'll get turnovers.
If if you're a guard and players defend you and from the perimeter they can sag off 5 feet from away from you, then that's when you know you have a problem.
Yeah,
But I'll digress there.
I think the Big Ten's gonna be good this year in basketball. I was looking at all the Big Ten rosters. Purdue, I think is actually they're number one in the country like preseason. I usually assume that the number one team in the preseason is not going to win the championship, but I think Purdue's actually going to be a good team. Um,
I
Michigan's going to
think
be good. Um, Michigan State will still be decent.
this is like the first year where it's like UNC is gonna be
I think the Gophers improve this
a
year
lot of like transfers.
for UNC's roster.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Um,
I think, I mean, the Gophers played a exhibition game yesterday against North Dakota against UND, and I mean they won by 20 like they should. But I think the Gophers are actually going to be
yeah, BYU beat another
decent.
exhibition. BYU beat them by two. Beat UNC by two.
BYU did.
Yeah,
They're gonna be good this year. Debansa, I think Debansa's actually like he's legit.
he is.
He's just like
But
his scoring ability is already. It's like that's an NBA
I will say
score.
though, I do like that at least exhibition game, but at least they can so they show that they can play with um top teams at least. I mean, they're ranked 25. It's not like they're not ranked at all.
UNC
Yeah, they're ranked 25, but obviously, like we said before, those rankings
doesn't always mean much.
usually after they go to like the Maui tournament, that's usually when I know kind of where they are.
Oh, they got Vsar. He's a good transfer
So
from Arizona. He'll be
that's my
good.
favorite. I think it's not necessarily more without Bill Walton, but the Maui tournament is like that's kind of I know it's early in the season still, but that's kind of when I figure out if UNC is
If they compete in the Maui,
if
they
they
can.
if they if they don't make it past the quarterfinals, then
Yeah,
they're gonna be terrible. If they make it to the semis and lose, they'll probably be 7, 8 seed. If they go to the finals in that, then okay, we got actually a legit team because not
Duke
Siri. Nope.
Duke goes. I mean, the first few games aren't. I mean, Texas is the first game, but then they go against a couple smaller schools. Then they got Kansas, Arkansas, Florida, Michigan State within a six-game
Yeah.
stretch.
Who's
Play
UNC's Big
four.
Ten team this year?
They go four top
Michigan State.
25s, two SECs, and within a six-game stretch.
Well, UNC plays on Thanksgiving this year. It's the when they do the Michigan State
What day's Thanksgiving this year?
27th.
Oh, Duke plays Arkansas on Thanksgiving.
And they play Kansas on the 7th. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to
Oh yeah.
college
So we're talking about
football.
finals. Franklin, Brian Kelly, obviously. Who do you think is gonna be next?
Um, I don't know.
I feel like Dabo has to go at some point. They're 3-4 now.
I don't know.
Clemson's 3-4 now. I feel like Dabo has to go. Depending on how Texas finishes this season, like Texas goes Vanderbilt, Georgia, Arkansas, A&M. That's four losable games to finish the season. Arkansas is like at the bottom of the SEC this year. They're not very good, but they still have a decent offense.
Yeah, they were at least
If
they're kind of fun to watch at least.
if Texas goes 7-5 or 6-6, like Sark is on the hot seat.
Um,
Like, I'm not sure how. I mean, Luke Fickles hasn't been fired yet, has he?
no, he should be fired. I so what do you? I was thinking of someone like Shane Beamer because I don't necessarily think he'd be fired because I still think that they are competitive with teams, but then I don't
They just
know.
don't have they don't have the roster to compete with the other SEC
That's
schools.
what I'm saying. But like last year, they had like was it 2 or 3 top 10 wins.
Yeah, how they
So like
were the
that's
year before
impressive. But
too.
then when they were actually ranked,
That's how they were the year before too with Rattler. Like they weren't very good all year, and then they got a couple upsets at the end of the year, and they actually ended up being like 15th in the country to finish the season.
I'm pretty
But
sure they
they
said
weren't like that
yesterday
this
that
year.
um I'm pretty sure they said yesterday that Sellers has like 4 top 20 wins, and they've all come when they weren't ranked.
Yeah, I feel like that's been the trend for South Carolina the last few years.
And as fun as that is, at some point, like when you are ranked, you have to win those games.
Yeah,
So I don't think he'll be fired this year, but maybe if next year it turns out like this again.
some of those schools get content with their coaches.
Yeah, because
I
South
feel like South
Carolina is not necessarily
have
what
high
have they been?
expectations. They don't have huge
Yeah, but
expectations.
when you
And
have
they still have to make a bowl game. And right now, what's their record right now?
four and
3-5 right now. And
jeez,
they play Ole Miss, A&M, Coastal, Clemson. So if they get two of those four wins, that's only 5 wins. They're not going to be bowl eligible this year.
yeah,
So yeah, if you're not bowl eligible at South Carolina, you're on the hot seat for sure, if not fired.
that's what I'm thinking too. Because especially when you had the Heisman candidate early on in the year with Sellers,
Yeah,
who could who could be a Heisman candidate if
they play
the
better.
team literally just wasn't the worst.
Team in the SEC.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's he's definitely on the hot seat.
I think it'll be interesting.
That last game of the
Like
year might
it'll be
determine.
interesting spring though. I think for or winter
I
to
think the
see
last
kind of
game of the
all.
year, the last game of the
Huh?
year is Clemson. Last game of the year is Clemson at South Carolina. That could have a coaching firing, depending on who wins that game, Dabo or Beamer.
And maybe both.
Because Clemson right now is 3-4, and they go Duke, Florida State, Louisville, Furman's win, and then South Carolina.
5 wins. That's not like they both win 5 wins. Well, no, they can't because
They Clemson could lose the rest of those games. They could go lose Duke, lose Florida State, lose Louisville, lose South Carolina, beat Furman. That's 4-8 is at Clemson. You are getting fired.
yeah,
I'm not sure how Dabo keeps his job after this year. At the most, I feel like I mean Florida State's not been very good since the beginning of the year. I think they lose to Duke this weekend.
I agree.
Florida State they could beat
Minimum,
Louisville, but
minimum.
they lose to Louisville, they lose to South Carolina. That's still only 5 wins.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's I think those are two coaches for sure that have potential for
yeah.
being
And
fired.
I think there'll be some swaps like some coaches just leaving this winter that aren't necessarily fired, but then they're just like it. Because like the Penn State job's gonna be in LSU. Like those are two big schools that are gonna have
I mean,
people are gonna want those jobs.
another team you have to look at is a team that's currently 0-5 in the ACC and 1-7 overall, Boston College.
Did the Wild win? The Wild
Bob,
lost.
I
Jeez.
think Bill O'Brien definitely could. I think he'll get fired. Actually, I think he gets fired this year. Right now,
But
Boston College is 1-7 right now,
if
0-5
you're
in the ACC,
coaching,
and
um,
they won't win any other game the rest of the year.
who? Oh, Bob.
Yeah, South Boston College.
Yeah.
They have one win. It was against Fordham, the first game of the year. Then they lost the rest of the games so far. They're on a 7-game lose streak,
Hmm.
and they finished with Notre Dame, SMU, Georgia Tech, Syracuse. So if they don't win that Syracuse game, the last game of the year, they're
Whoever,
not.
I'm not sure the coaches, but Mississippi State's coach should probably be fired.
Yeah, that's another one. It's like
They lost 16 straight SEC games.
I feel like some of those schools at the bottom of the um, SEC are just like too content with how bad they are.
I think those teams should see those need to understand when you're at the bottom of a big conference like that. Once you get the right coach, that literally changes your program.
Yeah, no,
Get
yeah,
one coach, get the right coach, and then get a quarterback to come with them. And if that quarterback is anything, then
the
that'll change
coach,
your program.
the coach definitely has the ability to turn a program around pretty fast.
Yeah, because a lot of times a quarterback will come with a coach, and if that quarterback is the right guy, but like a
And
coach can change the whole culture. And
yeah, I think those are a few different guys that
yeah,
are
I think this
definitely.
is it'll be interesting winter
There's
for
gonna be some
sure.
more. There's gonna be some more firings. I know Mizzou after this weekend losing to Vanderbilt. I know Mizzou fans are not the most happy with Eli Drinkwitz either right now.
Yeah, I'd
Calling
say
for they're calling for Drinkwitz firing
yeah.
because I feel.
So
I
we
mean
have some
that's.
inside
I think
information on
I think Mizzou fans are similar to Gopher fans, where it's like the last few years Mizzou has been what, like 10-2, 9-3, like in that like top quarter of the SEC, but they haven't. They keep losing all these like the biggest game of the year. They always lose.
yeah.
That's how Minnesota's been, where it's like we go 10-2,
Unfortunately,
8-4, but we lose to Wisconsin or Iowa, and then and we can never beat. We're never going to beat Penn State or Ohio State. Those
yeah,
teams
but it's not like the Gophers just lose to those teams when they lose.
they get
The
killed.
Gophers will beat these mid teams. They might win like a big like Nebraska game. They'll win that game, but
Last
then
year,
they'll
last year we
literally get
beat USC.
destroyed. They'll
Last
get
year was the
destroyed the
one.
next week by Iowa or Wisconsin.
Last year was the. I feel like the rare season for the Gophers where we actually competed with those teams and we still found ways to lose though. Like Michigan, we should have
Yeah.
beat. Penn State, we should have beat. Um, there's one more we lost that we should have won. That was another good one. But then Iowa still smacked us last year.
Hmm.
But
That was the
yeah,
Caleb Johnson game.
yeah. The second half it was like the second half of Cal Johnson. He ran for like 200 yards in the second half.
Can't believe the Steelers don't ever use him.
I feel like he's better than what he's being used as.
I thought he was the best running back in the class.
Yeah. I mean, right now, the best running back in the class is the one that I thought was going to be the worst running back in the class.
Scotty,
Yeah.
that's too soon though. Did you see what happened to him today?
He got injured. I'm not sure what the injury
Did you
was.
see his injury though?
No.
This is what
Was
his
that
ankle looked like.
I'm just flopping?
That's what his ankle looked like. That's
I,
like I'll never understand. It's how these. Obviously, I know adrenaline and stuff, but like these players they'll look at their leg and they see their leg not strike like it's not together, and they're just like, ah. Like, I would be like screaming top of my lungs, being like,
that's
the leg
what
is not there anymore. Like
it was only
separated.
it was only a finger, but that's what I think it was our freshman year of baseball in high school. Brandon Ebnett broke his like pinky finger, and it looked like it looked like there was no finger in like the glove. He's wearing a batting glove on it.
Oh,
It was just like dangling how like your glove would be if there was actually no finger in there.
ugh.
I'm like he didn't realize it until he slid in second base. That's when he broke it. He got to third base, and then I think it was Urquhart was our coach. It's like, Brandon, is your hand
Yeah.
okay? It was
I don't
broken.
get how do you not feel it?
How did you not notice that?
I don't know.
I've never broken anything, so I've never had to experience that.
I've never broke anything before either, but I will say when I hurt my ankle like 2 months ago, I thought I couldn't feel my leg at first, so I thought my ankle was like broken, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
well,
talk about
I
the
want
NFL. What's new in what's going on in the NFL right now? That's big news. Or what do you want to talk about first?
NFL.
Yeah.
Um, are we done talking about college?
Oh, actually, let's talk about the conferences. Um,
Yeah, I just want to talk
I
about like
want to talk about the ACC and the Big 12 because those are like the two
yeah,
conferences that are both
I think those are pretty
honestly.
big,
I feel like
like
they're under. I feel like they're both underrated,
because
especially
the
the
problem
ACC.
is
I
both those conferences have a bunch of good teams that could still like contend for their conference, but also the the
and
committee and
also
everyone else is so biased towards SEC that if those teams are gonna get
my,
like
my well my thing is
like
still
Houston
Houston. Yeah, I think Houston has a good chance at making the Big 12 championship game and winning it.
and but like if they don't,
They're gonna be out. My thing is why these leagues are also like interesting though is because of what we said last time we were on 2 weeks ago. Is if I if the SEC plays the way I expect it to be, and the committee actually does the right thing and doesn't just grant a bunch of three-loss teams into the playoff, then
hmm
some of these ACC and Big 12 teams come into play. Like there's going to be a one or two from both those conferences that get
hmm
at large get at large bids that wouldn't otherwise because the SEC teams beat each other up and they get eliminated.
but so like for what I'm saying is like so BYU plays Cincinnati and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Let's say like they win one of those and lose one of them, but like let's say Texas Tech beats them, but BYU beats Cincinnati. But Houston plays no one the rest of the year.
Well, BYU would still make the Big 12 championship with that.
I know, but then Houston's gonna be the third one out, not making the Big 12 championship, and then I don't see
Well,
them making it to the playoffs then.
here's correct. I think the analogy is correct, or like the hypothetical is like possible. Houston, I think, wins out. They have the easiest
hmm
schedule. They have the easiest
Yeah,
schedule remaining. Um, BYU, yeah, I'd say they split. They're both at on the road, so they go
they just
have
gotta
one
win one of
loss.
them.
Yeah, they have one loss, so they're a potential team. Cincinnati's winless or undefeated right now. They have Utah and BYU, so that could be one or two losses. If we say
hmm
BYU loses Texas Tech and beats Cincinnati, then I think Cincinnati probably has two losses and they're out. Utah is probably the last team available, and they go Cincinnati, Baylor,
They already had
Kansas
two
State.
losses.
What's that? Or they already have two losses.
They already had two losses.
Yeah. So my
But
prediction would be in this scenario would be BYU Houston would be the or actually I didn't look at Texas Tech yet. Texas Tech.
they just played
One of
BYU.
those. It's one of those threes. I think. I think it's Texas Tech, BYU, and Houston are it's between those three.
So,
I
but
think two of them. I
do
think
you
two of
think
them.
that the loser
I think
makes
two
it
of them
still,
makes it. Yeah, I think two of them make it of those three.
and then the third one just gets
It's out. Yeah.
yeah. That's unfortunately for Houston. That's probably going to be them because they're probably going to win
But
out and have 11-1.
but I also think it could be one team from there because I think the ACC is like legitimately good and underrated.
Okay, well ACC here. Let's look.
My thing is I've watched I watch Pitt pretty much every week because they always end up being one of the teams that I bet on. Pitt is actually they're legitimately a good team.
I think so too, but
That might be the
they
best.
have to.
That's the best
But
defense in
Dylan,
the ACC.
but they had to play Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami.
Well, Notre Dame wouldn't matter for the. It would matter
Okay,
for the
yeah, but
at-large bid, but it won't matter for the Big
yeah,
12 or
for at
ACC
large.
championship.
So
For
that
ACC, will.
they still play Georgia Tech and Miami, which I don't
I think they.
see them.
I think they could beat both those teams. That's the thing is.
I don't know if they can beat Georgia Tech, dude.
I think Georgia Tech's the tougher one. I think Miami. I was talking about we were talking about this before we got on. Like I don't
I
know
don't
if
know what happened
Miami
to them.
makes the. I don't know if Miami makes the ACC championship even. SMU is playing a lot better recently. So SMU this week is a tough game at SMU,
Oh, don't even talk about SMU.
and they go,
Kevin Jennings or whatever.
yeah.
He was so bad this week.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Well,
so bad.
Dude. Yeah, look at the algo, dude. Algo had Wake Forest beating them.
Yeah, well, I didn't have Kevin Jennings doing nothing on my algorithm.
I bet on Wake Forest covering against SMU was part of my big parlay that I hit this weekend. Um, but SMU's been playing better. That could be a tough game. And then at Pitt at the end of the year, I think Miami loses, and all of a sudden they are out of the ACC championship if they have two losses even. If they lose only to Pitt even, Miami's out.
So, but okay. Since we're talking about this right now, I remember a few years ago when was it Bama who didn't make the championship game, and then they ended up making the playoffs because another team lost the championship game.
I think it was Bama. Yeah,
Was that Bama who did? I don't remember the exact teams, but
I think it was a 2022 playoff.
it was like one team had like Bama didn't make the championship game, but then made it in because was it Ohio State lost maybe or something like that. Like,
Fact check it.
what are the odds what was the odds? What are the odds that would happen to a team like Miami?
Oh, it was just being talked about. It didn't actually happen. No team has made the
Okay,
playoffs
well,
without making the playoffs.
with 12 teams, do you think it could happen?
Oh yeah, with 12 teams, it will happen. Last year it
But
happened. It will always happen with 12 teams. There's not 12.
but
There's
but
not
like
16.
I'm saying so.
No team's
Let's
gonna.
say
No team. Oh, you mean like the loser of a conference championship doesn't make it
yeah,
versus
because
a.
there's hypotheticals where like if Pittsburgh makes it and
Yeah, well,
beats
that will happen. That will happen. But like having like the fifth team in a conference, I think is where it gets extreme. Like
well,
having
not for
five
every
SEC
conference though.
teams, like having five SEC teams versus over only one, and only having like one
Yeah,
ACC team. That'd be too much.
but do you think that losing the conference championship actually matters anymore?
No, just making the conference championship. You pretty much.
Because because
If you're in the Big Ten or SEC, you're locked in. If you make the conference championship, those two conferences you're guaranteed to make it or make the playoff.
the SEC and Big Ten.
Yeah, if you make your conference
Yeah.
championship, you're guaranteed to be in the playoff.
So I have one hypothetical in my mind right now.
But the ACC or Big 12, yeah, I think the team that loses in the ACC championship could still miss the playoff.
Because
Like
my
last year,
hypothetical is like Georgia Tech. They have they make it and then they play Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh beats them. Like, 'cause Pittsburgh wasn't gonna make it unless they win it, you know?
last year we had both ACC teams get in. What was the Big 12 championship?
Do you get do you understand what my hypothetical is?
Last year Iowa State missed it. What was your hypothetical?
So, a team like Pittsburgh, who already has two losses, let's say they went out and they go to the ACC championship game,
Okay.
and then they beat Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech's already in because they had one
And Pitt
loss,
would be
but
in then
Pittsburgh
too.
wasn't going to make it without winning the ACC.
I think.
So
Well,
then,
that
like,
could happen. That could be the situation. I think Pitt would still make it if they.
well, obviously, but I'm saying if they make the championship game, they're not going to. If
I'm saying
they
they
have three
should make it.
losses, they're not going to.
I'm saying Pitt should make it even if, or oh, if they lose, yeah, they're not making it.
But then, like, the only reason I want them to make it
That's
now is
like
because
last
if they
year.
win it,
Like
they
last year,
steal
the
a
Big
spot.
12. Last year, the Big 12 championship was Arizona State, Iowa State, and only Arizona State made it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I like when a team like that steals a spot that they weren't going to make it anyway without it, and then adds more chaos.
Yeah, no.
Because then like the fourth or fifth team on the Big Ten or SEC might not make it.
If Pitt wins the ACC championship over Georgia Tech, they're both in.
Yes, but well, like let's see.
If Georgia Tech,
I'm gonna try to find a team. But
it'd be
then
for
like a
two
team
maybe.
like
I think if Louisville and Pitt was the championship game, that would be more difficult. I think Georgia Tech is pretty much guaranteed if they make the ACC championship game, which they should. They
I know,
should
but
win the
my
next three.
hypothetical is more like thinking like if Pitt wins it, Georgia Tech makes it obviously, but then what about a team like Vanderbilt, who's like who'll be right on the edge there?
Oh yeah, that'll happen every year.
Because like Pittsburgh has to make it, but then Georgia Tech is gonna make it too because
That's going to happen more often now with the 12 team.
yeah, 'cause, like the fourth or fifth teams in the SEC are gonna they need they need the better team to win those.
Yeah, they need the Big 12. That was like last year. Yeah, they need the Big 12 and ACC win, like best team in the Big 12 and ACC to win their conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because or else teams are gonna be getting their spots stolen.
Yeah, which I am always going to cheer for.
And then me too. Lastly though, I want to talk about who do you think is gonna be the non-power five? Since unfortunately
Uh,
our Bulls lost this week.
well, I think right now it's coming from the American, regardless.
Me too. I think it's
Like, I don't think that. Well,
the
actually,
thing is
looking at it right now,
Navy plays USF, Memphis, and North Texas.
the thing we have to start
Still,
looking at, the thing we have to start looking at, people have not really been paying attention to the Sun Belt much this year, but James Madison right now is 6-1, and their only loss was by 14 to Louisville. If they win
I'd be all
out,
for that.
if they win out and win the Sun Belt, then I think James Madison makes it. That's actually like a respectable loss. It wasn't like they got blown out either. The Sun Belt's tough this
I
year.
would be
Like,
all for that.
I don't think people realize how like Old Dominion, who's kind of struggled the last couple of weeks. They started the season with only a 13-point loss to Indiana, and Indiana has been destroying the Big Ten teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Old Dominion struggled with like the James Madison, yeah, but that's the team that's probably gonna end up winning the Sun Belt now.
Well,
Uh,
I think
Southern
outside
Miss,
chance it still
isn't.
could be USF.
I think it's yeah. I think it's, if James Madison wins out and wins the conference championship game as well, I think James Madison. Otherwise, it's whoever wins the American.
I think that might be Tulane actually. Now I'm looking at it
Best chance at winning
because
the conference.
Tulane is they have to play Memphis only. Pretty much that's like a tough game. But Memphis has to play Tulane and Navy.
I mean, this.
Unfortunately,
Let me check.
because like USF has two losses, but they don't. Do they really count that? They're not gonna count them lost to Miami, are they?
No, it's not gonna be held against them.
Shouldn't be.
0.6. Oh, yeah. I think. Yeah, I think the. Navy will fall apart at some point. Navy's gonna lose one of these games, as they do. They probably lose this week to North
Mm-hmm.
Texas.
Yeah, though.
Um, but I think it's. I think unless James Madison does like I said, like they win out and then win the conference championship game, then it'll be the whoever wins the
Probably
American
be
at the
them.
end.
Yeah, 'cause unfortunately, the American, most of those teams still play each other.
It's just weird. James Madison's not even ranked yet, and they're undefeated in their conference.
Yeah, I don't, I'm sure
They
they will
received
be if
votes
once
this
they.
season. They received 9 votes this week in the AP poll. I think this week is the college football playoff poll.
Culture Bowl.
Yeah, it should be this week. I
It
think.
should be soon. It's
Let's
usually
see.
like November, right? Honestly, I thought they honestly had it earlier. To be honest,
Release dates. Here's the schedule for the 2025 announcements. November 4th is the first one. So
that's next
next
week.
week. So next week will be the first one.
Okay. The
There's
actual
1, 2,
rankings.
3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 weeks of rankings, and then selection day is the 6th week. I think they moved it back from week.
Okay.
I thought it used to be like week 8,
I
and this week.
thought so too, but
I think it used to be week
I think
8,
they moved it back.
which I think is the opposite of what they should be doing.
They should
Or
be doing
actually,
it like early.
I'm fine with it being later in the year, but then just get rid of the AP poll. Like
I
no
think
other
they should do like
sport.
week 5.
Like why? Like pro sports don't need to have rankings to know who's better and worse than other teams.
No.
Just, hey, you have your seedings within your conference. That's all that matters until you get to the college football playoff poll comes out, and then you can actually have like a national ranking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it should be. You get ranked against your other teams in your league, and then you get ranked nationally at the end of the year. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why. I'm not sure why that's a different like. I think because
There should be no rankings until
I think it's
conference
because
play at least.
it creates conversation. I think that's what people like. Like when the first
Yeah.
AP poll comes out at the beginning of the year, it's something that people talk about and gets people to talk about the sport.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like it's almost useless. And sometimes it's negative.
Mm-hmm. I talk about it, but usually I talk about it in a negative way.
Exactly. Like where did it go wrong?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we can go to NFL now.
All right.
First thing I want to talk about
I'll
NFL
be completely
was
honest about the NFL today. I actually watched 0 NFL games today. I was watching NBA games during the day today.
okay. So that's weird.
I was watching Brooklyn versus San Antonio, and then I watched Detroit versus what was that game? Watched the Pistons game. Uh,
Celtics.
yeah, it was Celtics. It was Pistons versus Celtics.
So
Yeah. Timberwolves and
that's
Pacers.
fine because I don't necessarily have any games I want to talk about game wise. But I just
I saw my fantasy player
I
stats.
think we're gonna have um a rare 1-5 team make the playoffs. And I wanted to talk about this last week, but we didn't do it. We didn't do this last week,
What team is that going to be?
but they won today, so now they're 2-5. But I think the
Cardinals.
Ravens.
Oh, once they get
They're
Lamar
gonna get
back,
Lamar. So listen, Dylan. They're gonna get Lamar back. Okay,
then
this
they're going to
week
win out probably.
they play the Dolphins, and they play the Vikings, which that could who knows at this point. And they play the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Patriots.
See
And
the
they finished
concern
with the year with Packers and Steelers.
the concern I had the last or like earlier in the year, it's kind of changed recently. Was like the Ravens' defense was also horrible. So like their offense is bad
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have Lamar, but their defense is also bad. But the last couple weeks they've actually had good defense too.
They played 2 weeks in a row. They played pretty good defensively.
Yeah, under 20 points the last 2 weeks.
But yeah, that's just a stretch. Even
Is
if they lose
Burrow
to the Vikings, which I hope they do.
is Burrow
That's
out for the year or what? When's Burrow coming back?
I thought they said like December.
So basically the year. So they'll
Yeah,
have one of those games against the Bengals before Burrow comes back. So that's
yeah.
win loss. So they'll go win loss win. Let's say Burrow comes back and he plays good. Loss win, or win loss. And it's season loss. So they'll only have like 3 losses the rest of the year.
That's like 9. I mean 9-8. It's really close.
Yeah, potential. That's like definitely a potential wild card spot.
Yeah, it's always I I like when it happens because then when the Vikings when it happens to the Vikings and whenever it does
Well, when you
like
get
I think it was 2022 or 2021 maybe we had that. And I was like, okay, it's never gonna happen. But then it happened with the Commanders, or when they had
we have
Taylor
to get our
Heineke,
wins
they made the
before.
playoffs.
Oh, we have to get our.
Huh?
Lamar's gonna be back for our game, which sucks.
Yeah.
We'll still beat them, but it's not gonna be
Yeah.
as
No.
easy. It won't be as
No. The
easy.
Vikings. No. We'll get McCarthy back this week.
Yeah, true. McCarthy versus Lamar. That's actually gonna
So
be like blockbuster.
yeah, dude.
That's a flex that one.
I
That's hard to
saw
flex.
I saw a conspiracy theory out there in Twitter today.
Has there ever been a has there
They
ever been a
said
three has there ever been a 3-5
what
and a 2-5, whatever their our records are, game
it'll be
flex
three and
to
three and five versus 4-5.
there ever been a 3-5 versus a 4-5 flex to primetime?
No, but they might. But there should be probably. Um,
That could be
But
the
what I was
first
saying
time.
is, I saw a conspiracy today on Twitter. Some guy said that McCarthy was never injured. The NFL made him sit out these weeks because they made it too obvious that he was an industry plant. That they had to sit him out a few weeks to cover the tracks.
McCarthy's
Because
interested
after
in.
week one, when he had the good fourth quarter, he was Player of the Week. He was NFL Twitter's profile picture.
They need to pull back
So
a little bit. They
they had to pull him out of the games so that they could just cover the
tell the
tracks.
tell the social media teams and the PR team like, all right, when he comes back this time, we cannot hype him up as much as we did the first time.
Because now he's coming back and he's playing in Detroit, where obviously he went to Michigan and won a championship there.
So he'll come
So
out and win out.
the storylines are there.
I think the other team that's obviously been interesting. I mean, it's also part of our like preseason predictions. The Patriots. So I mean,
Hey,
the Bills win was good, but if you look at this, they have 6 wins this year. It's Dolphins, Panthers, Bills was good. Saints, Titans, Browns.
remember
Every year,
the when we
every
did
year
our
there's always a
predictions,
team.
I said the Patriots are going to win 10, 11 games, not because they're good, but because of their schedule.
They play the worst teams ever in the league. Like the
Yeah,
Bills game, yes, the Bills game that's a good win, but like outside of that, they've played the worst teams in the NFL. They just
and
beat
even
the
the
worst
Bills
teams
haven't looked
twice.
that great.
I mean, they've been better now. I think they're 5-2 now, still.
Unfortunately,
But
their two losses are the Patriots and the Falcons.
the thing is, the Patriots after this, they still go. So Falcons and Bucks could be 2 tough games, but then Jets, Bengals before Burrow gets back, Giants, Bills. They lose to Bills. They're gonna lose to Ravens. Beat the Jets, beat Dolphins. So they could lose with 4 more losses maybe. Go 11-6.
Like I said,
Yeah, and then first round exit. I'm predicting. I think they're gonna be a first round exit.
unfortunately for my agenda, the Panthers finally go on a 3-game winning streak. Then Bryce Young goes down. He's hurt.
Well, today I made the worst mistake possible today on my
Hmm.
betting. I have a 4 leg parlay going right now. I had the Nets cover plus 12 against the Spurs. That happened. Then I had the Buccaneers cover against um, the Saints. Then I had Timberwolves money line. That looks like it's got a good chance going. But
Up by
then
6.
my last leg was Packers over Steelers. So let's
I
leave it to the
have
Packers to
Packers as
ruin me.
well.
I had the Packers in my parlay, and that's gonna end up dying because the Packers are just the worst people ever.
Yeah, well, they're gonna beat the Steelers, dude.
I mean, they're about to score again. Steelers about
Um,
to score.
who do you think the contenders are so far this year?
For NFL.
Like real contenders.
I
I
mean,
personally
you
think that
can't. You
I still
personally.
think it's gonna come down to two teams.
Okay, my thing is this. You could say the same thing about the Colts as you say about the Patriots.
Well,
They've the Colts have played one legitimate team and they lost. The Chargers are decent. They beat the Chargers, but they lost to the Rams and they've beaten on a bunch of other mediocre to bad teams.
and the thing is, like,
Their offense scores is the only thing that bothers me.
I'm usually pro teams that like actually destroy those teams that are bad,
Yeah,
but I
that's the one
do
thing why
think
I'm like
that
that's one reason I actually do think the Colts actually could be decent. Is because they score points when they should. Like they still score 35
I
plus
think they're
points.
decent. I think their team is decent, but I do think that when it comes down to it, at the end, like in December and January, when if you beat down all these bad teams, like
I think
usually those teams don't. Cause it's
so.
happened before where teams like this will like beat down bad teams and play good teams and lose.
Yeah,
Like the Cowboys a few years ago, they're like number one
yeah.
offense in the league because they beat down on these bad teams.
In my opinion, for the NFC, I think the best team in the NFC is a team that I said a couple weeks ago was the most fun team to watch in the NFL. Even though they keep getting more injury prone, but they still are winning. Is the Bucks?
I think
I
the
think I think it's
NFC is
Baker
just.
MVP season, and I think the Bucks end up going to the NFC Championship game and then playing against the Eagles, and then between those two teams to win the NFC.
I just think that it's going to be the Eagles. Honestly, I think it's going to be a rematch again.
Yeah, that's
The thing
fair.
is, I'm looking at the teams, and I'm like, do I do I trust any of the AFC East teams to really actually beat the Chiefs? No, no AFC
And
North team really. Do I really
no,
trust the Colts to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? Not really.
and
And Broncos,
the Steelers will score 13 points in that playoff game and then just got outscored.
mm-hmm,
I think the
yep.
Steelers have their defense is good enough to go really far, but I'm not sure if they score enough points in the end.
Now, if we want to go off like conference championship contenders, I think that it's Colts, Chiefs, Bills, and I think Eagles, Bucks, Rams.
Not
I
Seattle.
can see the Rams maybe. No,
Not
not
Seattle.
Seattle. No,
I mean the Rams are
I think
good.
I think
The Rams are good. I don't know. Bucks for me is still that's my favorite team this year.
I hope
If
it's
you
the
look
Bucks.
if they
I like the.
if
I
they
mean,
can't
obviously, I hope it's the Vikings. Like
I
obviously,
think Bucky still has like 3 more weeks out. He's back like middle to beginning of November. But they get
also
Bucky back and they get some other receivers back.
I just want to say this right now. It's not impossible that the Vikings still win the division.
No, not even close.
It's a hot take here, but listen, hear this. So let's say the Packers lose tonight to the Steelers. Let's say they're 4-2-1. Then in 2 weeks they play the Eagles. Now actually they play the Vikings, and they play the Lions, and they play the Broncos, they play the Ravens, and the Vikings. And the Bears are a tough team. I think they might split the Bears this year. So they got a tough schedule coming up. The Lions, they play the Vikings next week, and they play the Commanders and the Eagles and the Packers and the Rams and the Vikings again. So like, it's not impossible.
To win this game, they're about to score again. They're in the red zone
Um,
now. First and
who?
goal. First and 10
Steelers?
at the 15. Yeah, first and 10 at the 15.
Didn't they just score? Did they just get a turnover?
They're about to score.
My hex must have worked. I put money on Packer. Actually, I had money. I was gonna do money on the Steelers, and I actually changed it to Packers. I wanted to hex them, kind of.
I didn't even try hexing. I thought they were gonna win this game, but I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have ever bet
Anyway,
on.
should we
I
go to our
don't.
draft?
I refused. If I refuse to bet on Minnesota teams, I should never bet on Minnesota's rivals either. I hate betting on Minnesota
No,
teams
I
because it's like if I lose the game, then it's a lose lose. It's like I don't want to lose my bet and I lose the game, so I just never bet on Minnesota teams usually.
correct.
But
I
it's the
like to
same
bet
thing if
on
I
our rival teams because
the same thing on the rivals though. I guess rivals could be win win. They either lose the game or they win your bet.
yeah.
So it's like a win win situation. Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
should we
Go
put
to our draft. Go to our
the
draft.
draft?
All right.
Yep.
So
This
our
draft
draft.
is it's like sporting events or sporting like days, like sport day.
Yeah. How many rounds are we
Like
doing for this?
I don't know if like week one NFL is an event or is it just a day?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like
Those
or
counts.
March
Like
Madness
opening day.
Thursday. Is that
Like opening day for MLB counts as a day. That's an event.
yeah.
That counts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sporting days we're doing.
Yeah,
I
sporting
think
days.
honestly, the days are more interesting than the events themselves, anyways. Like Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
I honestly care. Like Super Bowl sometimes is when it's a good game, it's fun, but the day overall is always just a good day. The anticipation for the game
Mm-hmm.
is as fun as the game itself.
You want to go first or me?
You can go first.
Touchdown. All right, my first one. Honestly, it's not close either. Um, the first day of March Madness.
Yep, the Thursday. Not the first four. The first full day.
No, yeah,
First
like
round.
the
The
Thursday.
first round of 64.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Thursday, not
the
the.
first Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's even better out here than it isn't like the Midwest. Even I think it'd even be better if you went to the West Coast because it starts even earlier. But
Oh, we didn't do
yeah,
our
you're.
locks.
Oh, we do that later.
Do those first, or we can do it after.
Let's do it after.
Okay.
Um,
Wait,
like I think Mountain Time's honestly the best start time for like a lot of sporting events. But like,
I like Mountain Time.
yeah, like the time start like the times that they start is the best. Like for
11 o'clock for NFL, 10 o'clock college football.
yeah, and that's how it is for March
Perfect.
Madness. It's 10 a.m. March Madness, and I think it's 11 a.m. in Central Time. Usually, so you have to wait a little bit longer. But like yeah, I mean, the build up for March Madness is like filling out your bracket, and then
Mm-hmm.
like
You might. I almost put that day up there.
changing it 10
Selection
times.
Sunday.
Oh, I was gonna have it on mine.
Oh well.
That was
There you
my
go.
first pick.
Okay.
Um, my first pick Selection Sunday. The like the aftermath of it is just
Especially last year when you're a UNC fan and you don't expect to get it, and then all of a sudden they stole UNC's name on the on the screen.
well
I was like,
with Selection Sunday, it's like I mean you can't include multiple the whole weekend. That's
yeah.
two are different
Oh,
things. I was gonna say championship weekend into Selection Sunday.
see, if we did events, I feel like you could call that an event.
Yeah, like championship weekend is I feel like part of
So
it.
I know that not everyone agrees with this, but like, because especially when we were living together, we would
Hmm.
watch like the conference, every single conference tournament
Oh yeah,
game, and those
from
are honestly just almost more fun than actual actual March Madness games.
both Macs. They get like the Mid American Conference, but also the Mid Atlantic Coast Conference, like
Mm-hmm.
with Vermont and all those teams. And you got the
Oh, back in Ryan Davis, dude.
the A10 and the Horizon League, and like those are some of the honestly those are like some of the best. The Summit League championships. Ooh, yeah.
One of
Um,
my favorite, honestly, is the A10.
yeah.
That's like
That's like
Richmond,
the
right?
best mid major. That's like the best mid major conference.
'Cause that's like Richmond and Davidson, right?
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's one. They have one of the best conference tournament courts too.
Oh yeah. I mean, so does um
The Big Ten used to.
the conference like Loyola Chicago's
The
conference.
SEC has a good one too. SEC has a good court. Big Ten used to have a good court, and then they changed it. Now it looks like it's for NASCAR. But the A10, their conference tournament
I
court is
guess
my favorite. This looks so clean.
Loyola Chicago's in there now, but yeah. So does um championship weekend count, including Selection Sunday?
You can have the ones that play on Sunday.
Okay, that's like the Big Ten. It's
So
like
the
two. It's
Wolves
like
pulled
two.
it off.
So
The
that'd
Wolves
be.
winning tonight was my first win of the weekend.
I have not
Okay.
really lost any games this weekend until the Packers game. I won my.
No,
I
I'm
had
not
a
talking about
risk.
bets. I'm talking about my
Oh,
my rooting interests.
oh. I was like my betting. I haven't
Every
lost a
single
bet.
team I cheered for this weekend lost besides the Timberwolves tonight and Ole Miss yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't really have one. I didn't really have a Vanderbilt, Missouri one way or another. It was kind of like
I want to
I like both
honestly.
those teams.
I like
So
Mizzou as a team better, but I like Pavia as a player better. I was rooting for
yeah,
Pavia.
Pavia. You do your second pick.
My second pick, opening day baseball. That's the best.
Classic.
It's like I mean I
It's
watch
like
a lot of baseball
it's a
games
weird.
throughout.
It's
I probably watch like I don't know 70 to 80 games throughout the season. Like I don't watch every single day. I probably watch
yeah.
half the game. I probably watch half the games and then parts of other games. But like on opening day, it's similar to like like first day of March Madness for me. Like they start the games
The
earlier that
opening.
day.
It's
They have day games, and I
hmm
will actually watch every like whatever team is on that day. I'll watch those teams play.
it's a weird because like I'm the same way. I watch most baseball games, not most, but like a good chunk of baseball games, maybe 80 to 100 of the year.
Yeah,
But opening day, I'll like actually like make sure I'm not doing anything that day to watch
I'll watch the whole game.
baseball.
I'll watch Cardinals versus Cubs, and then I'll watch freaking
Yeah,
Mariners versus Blue Jays, or like that's Kingdom X is the
yeah. No,
but
it's
I'll
a
watch
fun day, and
whoever.
it's like it's tradition.
Yeah, and then it's
Um,
also I mean I don't want to give away my next pick, but it's also that season. That's the for March Man. It's the end of the school year technically.
mhm.
Technically,
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with my second pick now.
once opening day happens, it's the end of the year. Yeah,
Correct.
that's
I'm
spring.
gonna go with my second
Oh,
pick here.
There's one more pick that goes with spring as well. But yes, you go.
Hmm. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to think of what you could possibly do in the spring besides the Final Four. And if you
There's
pick
three.
like something like the
There's three
draft
big.
or like
There's three big events.
spring football games.
Oh no, I was thinking there's three big events from March Madness to opening day to the third one.
Oh, okay. Um, my second pick is gonna be. Oh, I just had it met. So I'm actually usually anti Super Bowl personally.
Hmm.
I think the better day is an NFC Championship Sunday or like Championship Sunday where the two championship games
No,
are
I
played
agree actually.
because the somehow like the Super Bowl has ruined the football atmosphere because the championship games are so much better.
Well, personally, the Super Bowl most years is underwhelming as a game.
Hmm
That's why earlier I was saying like the build up for the Super Bowl,
I'm
like
a big
Super Bowl day.
atmosphere guy.
I'm a big like anticipation and excitement and like think about what's to come. And I feel like Super Bowl is kind of like you're on your way down. Like everything has been going good for the entire year, and then like you get to like the Super Bowl morning and it's like at its peak. But then by
hmm
game time or like half through the game, you're already on like your come down.
It's like it's kind of like Christmas, where it's like Christmas Eve is almost better.
Yeah, Christmas Eve is better than Christmas Day because that build up throughout the
Hmm
season of like the December month, those first couple weeks of December building up to Christmas, like after Thanksgiving, is the best. And
hmm
then you get to Christmas Day, and then the days after is the worst days ever.
Yes, and so yeah, I just think that I'm a big atmosphere guy, and the championship games like the home crowds are there, and they get to celebrate it, so it's fun, way more fun than Super Bowl. But my third pick, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Masters.
See, that's the third one that I was thinking
Oh wait,
of.
I have to pick a day. I'm gonna do
Masters Sunday or Masters
what's better,
Thursday?
Thursday or Sunday?
I think Masters since it's a multiple. I
I'm
think it's
going
different.
Sunday.
Masters Sun. See, I would go
I'm gonna go Sunday.
See, I'm always like a first day person. I think Masters Thursday for me is the best.
I'm usually a first day person too, but I
Like, actually, no, yeah, especially
If
if
Sunday is a
it's super
good
good.
like if it's
If you're
close,
like tied or if you're within a stroke of someone, then it's the best. Yeah.
yeah.
If it's a close race on Sunday,
Thursdays
that's actually the best.
besides the
Thursday's
1 year,
fun,
Thursday
exciting,
is always like okay, here you go Tiger, and then he's
and then
two
plus
over
five.
after the end of
He's
the day. It's
plus
like
five, and then
yeah, that's the reason why Thursdays have been skewed for me. I'm gonna go Sunday. Okay, now you go to
All
your
right.
third and fourth.
See, I have to include the sport somewhere. I have to include Culture Bowl, but do I like the first Saturday of Culture Bowl season more than championship weekend as well? I think I like.
Mm.
Hmm. Or do I like bowl season? Bowl season is not. You can't include the entire bowl game, but I don't think. Does that count as one event?
I mean, you could do New Year's.
See, those aren't my favorite bowls though. I like the bowls that are going out at like 11 a.m. on
Well, okay, I'm
a
just saying like New Year's has
like the Myrtle Beach
good
Bowl.
games.
You get the Beach Bowl on like a Tuesday at like noon. I like that. I think I'll go first
That's just a you
Saturday.
thing.
What? As a me thing.
The first Saturday, like first week, like week
Yeah,
one.
not week zero, week one. Week one over week zero.
Okay.
You get the full game day experience. Like every team is playing.
Hmm.
You have the blowouts in the morning, but then you still have. I mean, recently colleges like a lot of colleges have been trying to schedule good games against each other. So you have
Yeah.
the big premier matchups at the same time.
This year we had good.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the championship week as well, but I feel like a lot of the championships
You
by the
can still
time
pick. You have another pick left, so
I feel like by championship time you already know who's going to win half the conferences. Even the smaller conferences, like you kind of have a feeling like, okay, yeah, this team's probably going to end up winning by 20 points.
I mean, you have another pick left so here, so you can pick.
My last is
This is your fourth
is the
pick.
last one. My last pick right here.
No, you have one more after this.
Oh, okay. I'm saving the other
You
one
go
then.
here. I have two. Then you have one.
Okay. My hmm. I don't like the draft that much. I'm trying to think through all the sports. No. Hmm. I mean, the Friday. I guess the Friday of March Madness. That's the next best thing. I thought through all the sports, but if you're taking a Thursday, I'm taking Friday.
I mean, that's fair though. Sometimes the Friday is better.
Depends on the games
So
that you get,
that's
matchups
fine.
you
That's
get. But
fair.
you still get the
And
full day.
at least the Friday. I mean,
'Cause by
I
Saturday, you're
personally
gonna only
take
get
both
half
days
day.
off work anyway. What?
I'm saying because by Saturday you only get a half day, but Friday you still get the full day of games. Still 30,
Yeah.
still
I mean,
30,
I
still
personally
32,
I take both days off of work anyway.
6 games. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I think I work in a
So
school. Pretty sure I work in a school just for the purpose of still getting that experience. There's nothing like having the games on your phone or on your computer during class, trying to hide it.
yeah.
I,
Well,
s-
now
I
now
remember
you can put on your smart board.
the one the one game I remember the most, honestly, from like the opening weekend when I was in school was um, Georgia State when Hunter. What was his first name? He played for the Celtics. He went to the Celtics.
It was RJ Hunter.
Yeah, when
RJ
RJ Hunter
Hunter.
hit that 3 pointer at the top of the key, and his dad was the coach and fell off the stool. I was
Yeah,
in I was in Mrs. Brent's
that was
class in the
good.
back corner of the room watching on my phone, and I remember like getting excited in the middle of class and everyone wondering like what was going on.
My biggest one I remember it was I was in Mr. Vista's class and it was when the Gophers beat Louisville.
Oh yeah,
Like that was going on. That was going on in the same. I was in his class, like having to like I was like doing this like
yeah,
one of these while he's talking,
yep.
as if I thought he couldn't notice it.
Trying to sneak the games was the best. That was the best thing in school.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right,
my fourth
what's your
pick.
last? You have two. Yeah, you have two picks.
My fourth pick is gonna be. See, I don't want to do the same sport, but I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna go week one of the first Sunday of NFL. The thing is, that's
good.
probably actually my favorite day of the year, and I just picked it at fourth instead. That and March Madness actually should be my 1 and 2 because week one at least you always have hope of your team being good,
Yeah.
and you get football all day. My last pick though, I think this is gonna be more maybe controversial, but actually gonna go. I'm not sure what the day exactly is, but the first like weekend of NBA playoffs, like that
Like the
first Saturday.
like first weekend of March or April, I think.
Yeah, because like they started on Saturday, the first,
Yeah, it's usually the first weekend of April, I think.
huh?
It's usually like the first weekend of April.
Yeah, and then it's like a Saturday where then like they play the first games. That's my like I love the NBA playoffs, so that's my last
NBA,
pick.
honestly, like the people that say that NBA is not that good of a sport, it's like I just do not listen to them.
They probably don't watch it, to be honest.
Like even like tonight, like I've watched like 3 games today in the NBA, and all of them were competitive. They were all good games. It's like it's a good sport, like
I think the
regardless
problem
of
is
sport.
people. I don't know. I feel like people pretend like they like watching games that are 55-50.
Yeah,
Like
with bad offense.
I know that there's a place for it, but
Well,
there's just
the
no way people actually would rather watch
the
that.
for me the why college is better. I do think college is better than NBA. The reason I think college is better is because like we were saying earlier, like I'm an environment guy. So like the energy of
Yeah, no,
like
that's
a top
fair.
like of a top 10 matchup is electric,
Yeah,
but the basketball is undoubtedly better in the NBA.
I'll never say that college
Again,
basketball is
it's
like
better.
I like the NBA better, but I'll never say it's because like atmosphere way better in college, and I love it. But personally,
The
it's like people will
basketball
talk about
itself,
NBA as if
like the way it's played, the basketball is
in
better than the NBA.
the no defense thing is kind of annoying because there is defense, it's just different in the NBA. The NBA,
Yeah.
if you watch the way they rotate, it's insane. They're so good at rotating
See,
and helping.
for me,
The offense is the players are just too good.
the NBA play is honestly better to watch than college. Like the play is honestly better. Why I like college football more than NFL? The NFL play is obviously better than college. But that's what I like about college football. Is I like watching the chaos that
Hmm
happens sometimes, and you get more of the chaos because the players
I
aren't as
couldn't
good.
watch that. I can't watch bad basketball though.
Exactly. Yeah. Like when you have like bad basketball teams,
I can watch
like
like
watching
those
two
bad
like good
football
mid majors,
college.
like watching bad football is sometimes fun. Like it's entertaining because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's fun sometimes, but like if I watch 4 interceptions in a row,
Like
that's
that's what
funny.
happened
That's fun actually.
yesterday in the SMU Wake Forest game. There was a muffed punt, 2 interceptions, and a fumble within 6 plays, or four
See,
within seven
that's
plays.
fun.
Within
This
7 plays.
basketball, I can't watch.
No, like if it's just
I
like
can't watch
constant
bad
turnovers.
basketball. It's like
Yeah, if it's just people throwing the ball out of bounds
yeah, I can't
constantly,
watch
or
that.
just constant bricks, like both teams shooting 22% from the field. Like I can't watch that.
Hmm I just I think the NBA gets a bad rap for playing bad defense when
It's
it's not bad
mostly the
defense.
old.
Like if you
Well, it's mostly the old heads
watch someone like
that
Jokic
started.
who just
I
yeah,
think it's
and
mostly the
which is
old heads
funny
that
because
started.
if you
It's like,
watch the
dude,
'90s basketball, it's like
someone needs to
that's
tell
the better defense.
someone needs to tell those guys that standing around and just letting a guy miss an open shot isn't playing defense. First of all, just because the guy missed doesn't mean you're playing
No,
good
it's
defense.
not. No,
And then second of all,
it's like
injuring a guy, injuring a player also is not defense.
one of my favorite clips from the '90s is maybe it might even been '80s. Someone shot a three with like there was still like 20 seconds left on the shot clock, and
Horrible
then
shot.
the guy in the commentator is like, "What is he doing? There is still 20 seconds on the shot clock. He's shooting a 3-pointer. That's a terrible shot." I was like,
And
"Oh my gosh."
now people coming transition threes with no problem. If you're open, you take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like no, just because the guy you're guarding missed does not mean you played good defense. And like
No, 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 no.
like hip
Yeah.
checking somebody or elbowing them when they're midair and trying to injure somebody is also not playing good defense.
Especially like for us Timberwolves fans who in the last 2 or 3 years now we've played Jokic and Luka in the playoffs, like we've seen their shots they make. That's just they're just too good on
Yeah,
offense.
they're ridiculous. Yeah, no, the NBA is great. Um, okay, but my last pick then is gonna be the hottest take because I mean the marquee event only lasts about it's like actually exactly 10 minutes. It's how long it actually lasts. About the 4th of July for baseball, but also for but also because it's the only time of year you get to watch
Hot
Joey.
dogs.
It's the only time of year you get to watch the best athlete of our lifetime compete. You get to watch Joey Chestnut.
Okay, that's fair.
See,
Okay, but actually,
I thought about doing like
I also want to shout out the lemonade drinking contest,
oh Chugs, dude,
dude. Yeah,
Chugs,
that's insane.
the big guy Chug. What's
Yeah,
his I forget his first name? But his nickname is Chugs.
no one should be able to drink lemonade that fast or anything that fast.
I would puke so much everywhere, like if I did that.
And the thing is, that's the thing. That's one of the things I love about America the most
Our
is that
weird that
we put that on our we put
on our
that on
national
national
holiday,
television,
on our
not
national
just national
holiday,
TV, but ESPN. Yeah,
and
on
it's
our
all,
that's our Independence Day.
yep, the biggest it's supposed to be like the
Ugh.
biggest holiday for us as a country, and we watch people eat hot dogs
Like
and drink lemonade.
we televise parades for like Thanksgiving and stuff, and then on our actual Independence Day we televise hot dog eating contests and lemonade being chugged.
Also, alongside that, another best part of the hot dog eating contest is just their the introductions. Like, oh,
No, yeah.
this guy once ate 200 mini donuts in a span of 15 minutes. This guy, yeah, they all, pretty much everyone's on the hot
Ugh.
dog eating contest has like a world record of some sort, and I didn't realize how many foods that they actually have competitions for. It's pretty much everything. I was thinking about doing
Probably everything.
the group stage of the World Cup or like there's no specific day for the Olympics that I like. The Olympics as an event I like a lot, but I don't know like maybe the final day of gymnastics. I like watching
No, and
gymnastics.
usually the first like few days of the Olympics aren't that good even.
No, they start with the smaller events early. That's why it's like the last day. I think the last day of
Yeah,
the last day of gymnastics is good, or of swimming. Like when they actually do the medal races, like the biggest
I
event.
know it's like kind of boring, but like basketball is still my favorite Olympic sport, and it's not really like
Mine's gymnastics
I
personally.
know
I think Simone Biles is the most fun person to watch.
I like watching those
Or Katie
sports,
Ledecky.
but
Katie Ledecky too is just ridiculous to watch.
um, we were just talking about NCAA basketball and NBA basketball. I
Yeah.
personally think the best basketball is FIBA.
You get
I
like
think that's my favorite basketball.
you get the players that just go off for no reason. Like
Yeah, like Dennis Schroeder or
Why
Ricky
is Evan
Rubio.
Fournier and Devin Schroeder like the best and Patty Mills and Ricky Rubio, like why are those guys all of a sudden just
In the NBA, in the scouting report, you're like, okay, Evan Fournier is a shooter, so let's get hand up on him. In FIBA, it's like, okay, we
Contra
gotta we
Contra?
gotta blitz him at this moment, and we gotta like he's like our number one guy you gotta scout for.
My favorite Olympics for basketball was 4 years ago. Or I guess 6 years ago now. 5 years ago. It's 2020. They did it a year late, so
The COVID
2021.
one,
Yeah. The for basketball.
dude. When Luca was
Slovenia.
like,
What staying up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to watch Slovenia basketball game?
that was actually insane because that was when we actually liked Luca,
Yeah.
and to me
Watching
that was what
Char.
made Luca the best player in the world.
It was the
Oh,
other Dragic, not Goran
uh,
Dragic. It was like the other Dragic brother, Zoran Dragic and Char, and
yeah.
they had a bunch of randoms, and then
I'll
Luka
never
just out
forget.
there scoring 40 points a game. That was fun. That was fun
I'll
to
never
watch.
forget that Slovenia team.
No, that was the best. And even the championship game that was France versus U.S. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
I think France honestly could beat the United
Yeah.
States soon. It's
I
been close
mean,
the last
I
couple.
I
The last
felt I
two have
feel
been
like this last one was their best chance.
the last two have been close.
I
But
mean,
the thing is,
the
the thing
thing
about it is,
is,
the two best players in the NBA are going to be you're going to have one from both teams. Like in recent years, it's always been multiple on the USA, and then like eventually someone on France is close. But like going forward, it's going to be Ant versus Wemby. You'll have the two best players in the NBA are going to be
mhm,
against each other.
yeah. But I mean, I guess I don't know how long like Fournier and Gobert and like Batum are going to be playing for the
Yeah,
French team to be
true.
like. But obviously they still have like we'll have Wemby and like Sar and then the
Those other
other
guys.
guy. Well, what's his name? The guy dunked on LeBron.
Yeah,
I don't remember his
and
name, but he's good.
Gershon. You love Gershon. For some reason, like he's another one.
Yeah,
Like why is he? Why
like
is he a
they'll
trend?
have a good team.
Why is he so good in
I
FIBA?
I don't know.
Yabusele is like
I
Gershon
don't know what it is
Yabusele
about
might be
FIBA. I
good.
don't know if it's just
The shorter 3 point
like
line.
the rules aren't that different to make players better. I guess the short 3-pointer, but
Some guys that maybe are better at mid range or something are better at they can shoot
I
better from.
think maybe the big thing is probably the you don't get like LeBron's not getting a LeBron whistle in FIBA compared to the
Yeah,
NBA.
and you get players from other countries that have like Ricky Rubio that one year was like scoring like 30 points a game for Spain. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was the COVID one. Um, but
It
like
was the COVID year when he was yeah.
he's never had the opportunity to do that on any of the teams in the NBA. He's never had to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in the NBA
Like
can
Dennis
score.
Schroeder on the Germany
Germany,
team.
yeah, they're gonna be good going forward. Canada could compete with us eventually, maybe. But yeah, it's like when you
We didn't
everybody in
even
the NBA.
did we even play Canada this year?
We played them in the
This last one,
uh,
I guess.
before the Olympics started. Like we did like
Yeah, an exhibition.
an exhibition game against them.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think we played them. I don't think we played them in the group or knockout round.
That team I hate. They have Dylan Brooks and SGA. Yeah,
They have one
but
player I like, so
yeah.
they have
All
Nikhil.
right,
I like Nikhil, so
I like no. All right, so that's all for today. Hopefully we can try to get
let's
back
wait.
on track.
Nope,
Oh,
nope.
we have our picks. We have our picks.
So Christian's picks is Vandy plus 3.5, and then the Broncos minus 1.5. But I think he's okay. Yeah, never mind. They play the Texans. Yeah, mine. I'm gonna write them down.
Let me go look at NFL. Let me see who the Saints play so I can fade them.
They're playing the Rams.
What's the spread?
11, 13.5. That's too much for me.
Yeah,
I liked the what was it?
I like ones that are like within a field goal.
Um, I don't know if Bryce Young's is playing or not. So if Bryce Young's playing, I would do plus 11.5 against the Packers. But I'm gonna do um Chargers minus 9.5 actually against the Titans. And then for college, I'm gonna do.
I don't like any of these lines really.
Oh, Vanderbilt maybe.
NFL. Put me down for San Francisco, 2.5.
You know, I'm gonna do it. South Carolina. South Carolina plus 14.5.
I'm taking San Francisco 2.5 against the Giants.
Okay.
And then College. UTEP plus 11.5 versus Kennesaw State. That's a
Nice.
Tuesday nighter.
Oh, okay.
If you want a bigger one, it'd be SMU 10.5 against Miami. But
Nope.
if you can
Do the
take
UTEP.
UTEP versus Kansas State 11.5. Look for a potential outright win in that game too.
Okay, I'll put it down. I'll put some money
All right,
down on Tuesday.
all right, all
Um,
right. So that's
all right. Well, hopefully we can
good.
get
Yeah, good
more
for today.
other content out here soon. Try to get more on TikTok, then hopefully we can try to keep this weekly schedule for recording.
Yeah, I have to move to Sundays now though. With like me
Um,
and Christian starting basketball, and I'm not sure when. Are you coaching with Schaefer again this year, or no?
no.
Okay,
Only
then
problem is we're doing a men's league and on Sundays.
well Tuesdays and Thursdays I can do it. I'm not sure what Christian's
We'll, we'll,
is.
we'll figure it out. We'll find a way.
Okay,
We'll find a way.
I'll get back on and then post some TikToks too.
Yep.
All right,
All right.
thanks for watching.